Colleen Taylor. We're live backstage at the Disrupt Hackathon, and these are the men who won the whole thing. Rambler, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so real quick, can you just introduce yourselves and tell what Rambler is?
Yeah, I'm William.
I'm Zach Bray.
Michael Kelly.
Kind of what Rambler is we take kind of boring, normal credit card and debit card statement transactional data, and we try to add a lot of context around that. So we add geolocation, categorization, all sorts of stuff to kind of make these like old, boring kind of bills and statements and something like really interesting. Because our whole theory of that is if we can kind of do that well, we can actually kind of tell the story of your life through the eyes of your spending data. And we do that kind of through some data visualization, some interesting statistics, and such.
And I'm getting that you all work together during your day jobs at possibly a place called Plaid?
Yeah. So we work at a company called Plaid, and actually we built a piece of the API that we then built an app on top of. And so the API itself and the company itself basically builds the API for spending data. We took the data that the API generates and put it into the app that is now Rambler.
Nice. And so it sounds like it's something that you couldn't really, during 9 to 5, you're working on Plaid and other things, and this is just something that would be possible, but you didn't necessarily have time, or it wasn't part of your, purview.
Totally. We have this big list in our office of like really cool, fun projects we want to build, and this is like kind of the first off the list. So we've just been trying to eat it away as much as possible.
When we decided to do the hackathon, I guess it was Thursday night that we had like a whiteboarding session and drew out it.
Yeah.
And so you've been here all night. Did you guys get any sleep? What was the process like during the hackathon?
There were ups and downs.
No, we didn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
About 3 a.m. we had some major issues. The way that we wanted to animate everything, we were going to do this really cool zoomy map view. Turns out we couldn't use some of the endpoints of the Google Maps API that we wanted to, so we ended up having to refactor everything that you saw. But it came out well. We got kind of lucky in that it turned out really well.
And then at 3:30, Michael just busted out this kind of cool clustering algorithms to figure out kind of where, looking at your city data, and if we can look at the entire moment structure, how we can actually figure out how you move around and when you actually moved, and to try to make the product off of that. So he kind of saved us at 4:30.
And now just a few minutes ago when they announced that you had won, how did you feel? Was it a surprise?
We were all surprised.
Entirely. There were really, really great apps that were built coming out of it, and I'm actually surprised that some of the other ones weren't mentioned. So yeah, totally shocked. We were packing up our stuff and really excited. Yeah.
That's great. So, but now the road is not over for you. Now you are going to present at Disrupt here in a few days. What's your strategy there?
Well, I guess we're not going to sleep as much as we thought.
So first, make sure that the product is working and live for other people to use it.
Which is easier said than done, always.
Because we deal with these big kind of unstructured data sets, and so it's when we're just testing kind of our cards and our friends' cards, it's always, you kind of know what to expect, but when kind of random people start kind of coming on, you never really know what to do.
So, and you had mentioned that there were some other apps that were hacked together here that you really liked. What were some of your favorites? What else did you like out there?
I thought Gifter was awesome.
Yeah, Gifter was really cool. Actually, I'm surprised that they didn't get an award. It was impressive. It's a cool idea, and it's a cool way to actually execute on it.
Yeah, I really like the runner-up app, the driving app, just because I started programming when I was about that age. And it would have been awesome to come here when I was 16 and present and, get second place. That would be awesome.
My brother's that age right now, so he should be building that.
Right, and they also won the stack of dollar bills. Did you see that? They also won a stack of money from one of the sponsors. They got this big, so that would have been amazing, I'm sure, at the age of 16 to win. But were there any kind of takeaways from the hackathon, to people who are going to be in the next hackathon, any lessons learned along the way? I know it's a little bit early to ask you that right now. You're just barely coming off of it.
I don't know, I think one thing we learned just kind of building our company and doing this is sometimes you go down rabbit holes, and you can kind of get in these development rabbit holes where all of a sudden you wake up and it's 7 hours later and you've made no progress. And I think being able to kind of identify okay, this is not going to work, we need to switch early on is really valuable, because when we probably had 23 and a half hours, you can't afford wasting a couple hours and deleting that much code.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're lucky in that we work together, and so we sort of spend all our time together. So like Zach will sort of like tap us on the shoulder and be like, guys, you really shouldn't be spending 3 hours, writing this clustering algorithm. So there's better things we can do.
Also monitors. Monitors are big.
Yeah, we brought external monitors. It was a good decision.
And now, before you start getting ready for your presentation, what are you going to do right now when you walk out of here? What's the celebration plan?
Check the logs.
See what broke actually.
Fingers crossed.
You guys really know how to party, I gotta say.
Well, we were gonna party with some Settlers of Catan tonight.
Wait, so your last push was literally as we were standing up, he was pushing because...
Yes, we added geocoding literally as we walked.
we had... my girlfriend was testing her card. She added as a user, and we realized that everything was broken, and it broke a bunch of stuff. So we literally were fixing that as they called our name, which was good timing, I guess.
No rest for the weary here. Well, we've got a lot more where this comes from. These are the guys from Rambler. Congratulations. Good luck here at your next presentation here at Disrupt. And that's a wrap for today at the Hackathon. But check back in tomorrow morning, 8:45. We'll be here once again live for Disrupt New York 2013. So take care.